A girl walked into a toy store, planning to leave without buying a thing. Surprisingly, the owner grabbed 2 toy guns and blocked her way. The girl thought they were just joking, as she quickly realized it was not a game. The girl immediately surrendered, raising her hands quickly. Just then, a hapless bird suddenly fell. Seeing this, the girl bolted, and the female boss, snapping back to reality, raised her hand and fired a shot. Thankfully, her aim was terrible, and the girl only suffered minor injuries. The couple approached the girl, and just as she was cornered, a metal bowl suddenly smashed through the window, rolling to their feet. A flash of blue light, and the ball exploded, transforming into a giant air bubble, trapping the couple inside. A little girl burst through the broken window with force, then woke another girl up quickly. Groggily waking up, she discovered her palm was strangely stuck to an air bubble, and 2 frozen shells were about to hit her very soon. The little girl told her to get out of the way, but she couldn't move her hand at all. The little girl came to her, grabbed her hand, and pulled her aside with a sudden yank as the iron ball's force lessened. Awakening, the female boss fired again, met with the girl's swift counterattack. Utterly outmatched, the couple quickly fell before the girl's flips and deadly precision. She disarmed the boss, eliminated her husband, and twisted his head clean off. It turns out the couple were robots. The little girl pulled her away, running fast because the robots would self-destruct upon damage. Luckily, they were fast enough and escaped the explosion. The girl rushed to the car, smashed the window with one punch, and quickly pulled the other girl inside. Knowing full well the pursuers would arrive soon, they sped away quickly. 5 minutes later, police arrived at the blast site, completely baffled by the explosion. Just then, a van screeched to a halt nearby, and a group of grim-faced men in black quickly piled out, immediately opening fire on the police. The couple did indeed have backup. Realizing the girl in the vehicle was also a robot, she insisted she was a good one. The girl didn't believe her for a second, kicking the forklift pedal on her side. As soon as it stopped, she bolted. The little girl got out of the car to stop her, but was hit by a speeding vehicle. The driver checked on the girl's injuries. The girl stole the car and drove away. Unexpectedly, the little girl stood up and ran after the car on foot with speed. The girl was stunned to see the little girl in the rearview mirror. The little girl quickly leaped into the car, climbed into the passenger seat, snatched the keys, and locked the door, preventing the girl from easily escaping. Angrily, she told the girl to stay silent, if she wanted to live. She claimed she could take her to the future, the very place the girl longed to be. And so they embarked, but upon waking from her sleep, the girl found herself abandoned on the roadside. A girl wandered onto a farm and was suddenly charged by a very vicious dog from behind the house. Scaring her into quickly running for her life, she tripped and fell hard, just as the dog's chain reached its limit. The hungry dog barked furiously, and the girl noticed something quite strange and very odd. It left no footprints. The girl stood up and reached out to pet the dog, only to find it was just a hologram. She walked to the house and knocked, but the owner simply refused to answer her. The girl showed the badge the little girl gave her, but to her surprise, Jem quickly used an air cannon to blast her back several feet. Jem then walked out, picked up the badge and tossed it to the girl, telling her to go home to her family because the apocalypse was coming. The girl, confused and wanting answers, refused to leave. Seeing the farm's harvester, he had an idea. Inside, Jem saw the harvester on fire via the monitor, quickly unlocked the door 6 locks, grabbed his homemade extinguisher, and rushed out, firing it at the sky. The burning harvester was extinguished very quickly. As the smoke cleared, it was encased in ice. Jem realized he'd been lured completely away from his post. He ran home shouting loudly and desperately, only to be blasted away by the girl's powerful air cannon. Enraged, Jem was about to lose it. The girl found Jem's surveillance room, where he was monitoring the whole world. Jem sneaked into the house while he wasn't looking, but the scene before him completely stunned him. Because of the girl's arrival, Earth's destruction began to decrease from 100%. What's so special about this girl? Just then, the house alarm blared again quite loudly. The robotic men in black were closing in very rapidly. Jem quickly lowered the antique steel plates of the house, but one was jammed firmly by a robot's foot, forcing them to lift it together with brute strength. Jem zapped him with a stun bat and then kicked him far away, definitely preventing him from hitting the defense system behind him. Otherwise, the robot would have slowly entered the room. Unexpectedly, Jem was ready, and another robot opened fire. They rushed into the surveillance room, locking the iron door securely behind them. Jem used the monitors to lure their pursuers into a trap, then engaged the enemies in the bedroom area. Spotting Jem's teleportation device, the girl sent it to the robot, but it grabbed her left wrist. Seeing this, Jem used his equipment to disable the robot's arm, then pulled the girl away to escape as fast as they could. More robots crashed through the walls upstairs, joining the relentless pursuit. Jem activated the magnetic mechanism on the wall. sticking himself firmly to the surface, and the girl's mechanical arm was also stuck very fast. The robot approached the laser cannon and slowly pulled the trigger, but missed them both, quite clearly and easily. Leading the girl to the bathroom, Jem squeezed into the tub with her. He pressed a button, sealing the tub with a protective cover tightly and very securely. Though the robot threatened to break through very soon, Jem launched the counterattack quickly and with great speed. After their apartment exploded and collapsed, the bathtub flew far into a distant lake. They scrambled ashore, quite disheveled and wet, and then a truck quickly approached them. The Yanjun realized the driver was Athena. The Eiffel Tower in Paris is actually a spaceship launch platform. Jem initiated the launch sequence, and the ship slowly ascended from the tower's base. Meanwhile, the men in black resumed their pursuit. They took care of the guards and dashed to the Iron Tower. Just as the three were about to board the ship, Athena noticed. Of the men in black, Jem rushed them onto the ship, and after they buckled their seatbelts, he pressed the launch button. The spaceship was instantly filled with full power. Seeing the dire situation, the men in black jumped directly onto the top of the ship. They pounded on the spaceship's windshield with their arms, but it was completely too late to stop its launch. Watched by all of Paris, the ship slowly ascended into space. It successfully separated the rocket and capsule. After orbiting the moon once, the capsule turned and flew back towards Earth. Dali didn't understand why they were returning to Earth, and Athena explained they were heading to an alternate Earth in a parallel world. The spacecraft spiraled into the atmosphere, the crew nearly losing consciousness from the violent shaking. Ripping a hole in the sky, it shattered time and space itself, plunging straight through. They successfully arrived in a future world. The spaceship initiated its landing sequence, completing a bumpy descent. Stepping out, they gazed into the distance. The planet's defense forces were approaching. Jem pulled out a bomb, making Athena hide deep inside him completely and silently. Leader Sang Biao arrived with his men, questioning Jem why he remained unrepentant after so many years of exile. Jem said this girl could break the prophecy and save Earth. Sang Biao took them to the time monitoring tower and asked the girl to demonstrate her special abilities. Dali used the controller to see Earth 58 days in the future, by which time the planet would be plagued by disasters, with every corner of the globe in ruins. Dali collapsed white on the spot. But just as she questioned Sang Biao, the screen flashed with vibrant and lively images. Seeing this unfold, Jem tried to defend Ali to Sang Biao, only to be shot to the ground with a taser. So, all this was Sang Biao's scheme. He used the time space monitoring tower to trigger disaster, aiming to eradicate greedy, selfish humans. Sang Biao activated a portal, trying to banish Jem again. Seizing the moment, Jem activated his remote wristband very quickly. Athena efficiently eliminated the guards. Dali sprinted up the platform steps, grabbing the bombs. He prepared to destroy the tower. During their struggle, Jem and his opponent accidentally stepped into a portal. Sang Biao quickly lowered an elevator. Luckily, Athena's robot caught Dali. However, the bomb was activated. Dali tossed the bomb through the portal. Jem and his companion turned and fled. Following a violent explosion, Sang Biao was pinned under the portal's pillar. He quickly grabbed a laser gun and fired at Jem, but Athena thankfully shielded him. Athena bid Jem a tearful and final farewell, imploring him to self-destruct and destroy the surveillance tower. Jem, with a flight pack strapped to his back, carried Athena to the very top of the observation tower, reluctantly dropping her off. The tower was completely destroyed in the ensuing explosion. To honor Athena's great sacrifice, Jem built dozens of recruitment robots to scout for talented individuals worldwide. He sent them to the future to learn essential skills and build a better world.